All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Making of. I am Collin, one of the co-host people around here. And today I have the lovely Dr. Toni Torres with us again of Bloom Dental Co. If you haven't been listening, we've been following her for a while now, a few months, and she's open and she has been such a tremendous just resource for this community. So if you haven't listened, go back to the beginning of her story, listen to everything. And then today we're going to talk about where she's at now with Bloom and some of the things beforehand as well. Hello, Dr. Toni.
Hello, I've missed you.
I've missed you. It's funny when we have like a week off or something and I'm kind of like, but I feel like it was just a week ago. And then I think about it and I'm like, no, a lot has happened since then.
I know it feels like when we skip 1 week, it feels like a month. And then I listened to like who you recorded with that previous week. And I was like, oh, I wanted to be on that call.
I feel that every time when it's like you and Ashley too, and you're talking and I'm like, wait, I have questions and things I like want to ask and see and all the things. Okay, we're just going to start with the this or that real quick.
Okay.
You know, we love that around here. And I got some of the ones that Ashley and I did earlier this week. And then I found a few other ones that I think are dental related in a way. So I'm kind of excited to ask you. Okay, so this one's not dental, but skydiving or scuba diving?
Okay, so I heard these already. I heard your guys' response. Okay, I would scuba. Jumping out of a plane seems so dumb to me. Like, why thrill seek? I don't get it. But I would be scared of either option, but I think it would be, I would like to go underwater and see things I've never seen. At least I would get something enjoyable out of it.
Yeah, so true. I never really thought of it that way, but I am right there with you. Were you like a thrill seeker before you had kids though? Or no?
Probably a little bit more. Like I grew up loving roller coasters, but I've always been kind of like a stick in the mud when it comes to like breaking rules and trying things where you could get hurt. So I don't really think I've changed much. I'm just even more cautious now.
I think kids do that too, like for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I know your answer to this one, but we were just talking hair before we started recording. Great hair or great teeth?
Both. I'm just kidding. So if I have great teeth, because great hair, it seems like a lot less expensive to just go buy a wig than it is to buy dentures or veneers or go through ortho.
Yeah, I think just being in dentistry, you have to say teeth.
Yeah. I mean, it's the first thing we look at.
Okay, this one is a new one. Would you rather have a permanent popcorn kernel stuck in your teeth?
Oh no.
Or a permanent pebble in your shoe?
Oh my gosh. Like forever?
Yeah, permanent. It's always there.
Oh my goodness.
I know. I liked this one.
Both are so irritating. How do the popcorn kernel stuck in my tooth? Because if you're stepping on a pebble your entire life, that's going to like, I don't know, give you, what is it? Like fasciitis or whatever of your foot. And then you're going to be limping and I don't know.
Yeah.
Why can't you floss it? Why can't you go to the dentist?
I know. And I was like thinking about it. I'm like, okay, is it like on the lingual somewhere or is it like on the buckle? Because I feel like that would make a difference.
Fine. Buckle's fine. Like all day. Who cares? I eat popcorn all the time anyways.
Okay, another one. Now, would you rather drink orange juice right after brushing or soggy cereal?
Oh, I don't mind soggy cereal.
No? Okay.
Yeah, that's not as, it doesn't taste gross to me. Like
no, I mean
OJ would be after brushing.
Yes. Okay.
Soggy cereal.
I think, yeah, depending on how soggy, I'm probably with you on that. Like if it's been there for a long time, maybe the orange juice, get it over with, but I don't know.
It also depends on the cereal, right? Because some cereals you have to eat soggy or else they'll like tear up the roof of your mouth.
So true.
But like, I don't know. I don't want soggy Rice Krispie cereal.
Rice Krispies are the
Do,
worst.
do you remember Rice Krispie treat cereal? It was my
No.
absolute favorite. It came in this like teal box and it was like Rice Krispie cereal, but it
Okay.
was sweetened and it had chunks like it was a Rice Krispie treat. And it was my absolute favorite. And I don't think they make it anywhere anymore.
Did it still have
I,
just the little bits of Rice Krispies
yeah, yeah. And then it had
with
kind
extra
of
chunks?
with chunks. Yeah,
Oh, I
it
feel
was
like I
the
need to look
best.
on Amazon for this and see if we can find it.
I haven't seen it in my whole adult life. And I told my husband the other week I really wanted it.
Oh, you're a cereal girl, huh?
Yeah, I love cereal.
Did you, so off topic now, growing up, we always put extra sugar on our cereal. Was that like a thing in
Mhm.
your house too?
This was the same conversation I was having with my husband because
Okay.
we had Rice Krispie cereal and
Hmm.
we like gave it to our girls for the first time and I ate some and I was like, it doesn't taste as good as I remember. And he was like, it's because we all put sugar on it.
Yeah, like you would just sprinkle tons of sugar on
Yeah.
any cereal.
What were our parents doing?
No idea. I look back on that and I'm like, yeah, who thought that was okay?
I also would, this was a thing that my Grammy did for me. I would dip my strawberries in sugar.
Oh, yes. Yes,
Like dip them in
same.
powdered sugar to eat
Uh-huh.
them. Strawberry is all sugar already. Why does
It's
it need to
already
be more
sweet.
sweet? Oh my goodness.
It's so
We want,
true.
yeah,
Our kids will never know how much sugar we actually ate when we were
I
kids.
know. I know. Yeah, we'll keep it that
Oh.
way.
Speaking of family,
Mm.
just real quick, because last time we talked too, and I'm curious. How's your house?
Mm.
How are
Oh,
the
it's
floors?
someone is at the house right now finishing the drywall. They started
Okay.
drywall patching yesterday just because that was like an easy thing for my insurance to approve because it was like a danger having kids in the house with open beams and nails. And then I don't know, it's kind of confusing. I've kept up on my insurance rep and the contractor I'm working with, but I don't know. On Monday I just got a response saying, "Yeah, the scope of work was approved and we're going to
Okay.
send you the funds to pay the contractor." But I haven't gotten like an itemized list. So my contractor said once, because he put a big list of things like, let's redo all the paint in the house, let's redo the banisters because they matched your floors. And he was like, of
Okay.
course, they're going to take off like the frou-frou stuff, but
Yeah.
you'll have a better chance of them approving like replacing the floors upstairs, downstairs. So I'm super confused when my insurance said the scope of work is approved. So we're waiting to see what that means. But homegirl might be getting new banisters and paint. I don't know. It's okay.
Getting
Um,
it all. Who knows? Yeah. No
yeah.
complaints.
So I guess once we understand the approval, then he'll like give me a budget to go pick out floors. And
Okay.
I'm guessing another month. He told me the project would be like 5 days, but
It's already
that's
been like a
never.
month. No?
Yeah, it was on
Okay.
January 8th because remember it was our
Yeah.
anniversary. So I remember that. So yeah.
Oh, at least you're getting walls put back in place.
The most annoying part is moving my kitty around because his little safe room and station was the
Oh,
laundry room where the water
yeah.
heater blew up, right? And so that's where like his kitty box and his food and his bed and everything is. And so he's on like high stress mode, just having all these
Poor
people in.
guy.
I know we have all his stuff like in the upstairs bathroom and he's so confused. He's like an old man too. So, poor Dexter, he's getting the brunt of it.
Oh, poor buddy. He's like, first it flooded, and now I can't even go back home.
Yeah.
Oh, little guy. How old is he?
Oh, I think he's 12.
Oh, yeah, he's an old
Yeah.
man.
He's a grumpy old man.
Yeah, I'd be mad too. Okay, cool. Well, let's get into Bloom. First, I'm gonna talk about what you texted Ashley and I this week, and that you
Hmm.
have your grand opening scheduled. So tell me about that.
Yes. So I scheduled my formal grand opening celebration and ribbon cutting with the city. It I had all of these ideas that I wanted it to be, and I wanted it to be on the weekend, but for those of you out there who are planning a ribbon cutting, it's going to have to be during the middle of the week, like during business hours, which is a bummer because it's the city coming out, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
I was given a window to do the ribbon cutting on a Monday through Thursday between 8 and 4. So,
Oh, literally
um,
during regular business hours.
yeah. So
Okay.
w- our way around that is that we're planning the party on a Thursday
Hmm.
from 2:30 to 6:30 because my neighboring businesses usually close around 5,
Okay.
and we have very limited parking. So that's just the piece that I wanted to avoid with doing it on the weekend. We're just coordinating to have people park. So we're on Raiders Way. That's like our main street that we're at the intersection. On the other side of our street is a series of these big warehouses and businesses. So
Okay.
I went over and spoke with them, invited them to the party, and asked if we could use their parking because they have like big overflow parking. And so now I really want to do a shuttle service, but my husband and my team here at Bloom are like, you're being so extra. You don't have to spend
Yeah.
money on that. Like people can walk across one street.
Hmm.
But I just want it to be like special, and I'm all about hospitality, you know. So we're figuring that out because a shuttle service is like $1,800.
What is the shuttle service? Is it like an actual like van that you have going? It's like a golf
Yeah.
cart going back and
Yeah.
forth?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's like a
Okay.
Ford 15-seater van or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know how many people are going to come. Like obviously my friends and family, most of them won't come until after their work is over.
Hmm.
So that's why we have it extended hours. So yeah, I lost a couple nights of sleep because I submitted my dates, like asking for the city what dates to do the ribbon cutting probably a month ago. And they just got back to me on Friday saying, like, we selected this date in February. So now I only have a month. And
Hmm.
so I kind of, tossing and turning at night planned everything that I want the event to be.
Okay.
And so now I'm reaching out and asking some specialists I refer to and other local businesses if anyone wants to sponsor a portion of the event, maybe cover food or refreshments. Haven't got anyone to say yes yet. So fingers crossed, because obviously, when you open a business, you don't have any money, but you want this big, beautiful party to
Hmm.
celebrate.
So do
So
you
it's
have
just
like
a
a
hard
budget?
balance. I don't even know how to make a budget because my budget should be don't spend any money. Like I haven't made money yet, but
Hmm.
I have been saving like gifts. Like if a business or someone gave me a gift card, or if like a family member that came in that I just did free work on my dad, but he gave me like $100, like I've been putting those things in kind of a grand opening fund. But I don't know. I'm thinking realistically, it will probably be like 3 grand if I want to do what I
Okay.
want to do
Yeah.
for, little snacks. And I'm making a cute bloom bar so people can make their own floral bouquets.
That's so cute.
Yeah. And I'm going to have them like stamped with our logo, like some craft paper stamped with our logo. Because I'm thinking how cute the pictures would be, like people holding
Yeah.
it in the office. And then I just want to rent like a couple cocktail tables to like put down my hallway and just give people office tours and have a couple raffles from I have a few local businesses that are donating some raffle prizes to
Okay.
their services. And I would really love at 5 to have a food truck come, but I don't know
Mm.
yet. I don't know yet.
Does that corner get really busy where you are?
You mean like our parking lot?
Yeah, like a
It's
lot of foot
just
traffic where people would.
wimpy.
Oh,
No, not really.
okay.
People come and pump gas, but
I mean, if it's a good food truck, maybe they'll get food from the food truck and not in the gas station.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what we did with Ash and Smile and Company for the grand opening. I mean, a lot of it was getting people to donate things, just other businesses. And you have such a big social media presence. Have you kind of thought about doing that with some of the businesses? Like you're promoting them with their stuff
Yeah.
and they're helping you out?
The ambassador that's assigned to the event, she's one of my friends with the city, and she
Hmm.
recommended that actually. She was like, if you want a balloon arch, you should go to a company and say, hey, like there's going to be a lot of local businesses at this event. I can like give you a shout out and make like a collaboration with you on Instagram.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that is a really good idea. I don't know, but I've never done anything like that.
We do that quite a bit actually at Smile and Company for like, I mean, it's for like raffle prizes and stuff a lot. One of our patients was like a sommelier and had like a lot of wine. And so he
Mm,
would help with wine and whatnot. But yeah, I think bartering is like always the way to go. Or even if you
yeah.
give someone free whitening, I don't know.
Yeah, true.
That's so exciting. But
I
it
know.
sounds like
I'm
you,
excited. I'm less stressed now. I'm more excited. But I don't know. I'm just trying to not build it up in my head, not make it a big deal. So, like, whatever happens is good.
yeah, I feel like that's how you do everything. And it's always so amazing. You just have like the best outlook on everything, anyways. And your karma is so
Awesome.
good and it just works out in your favor.
And so we'll see. Fingers crossed. But I
And
just
is
want
the
it to
date?
be the 26th of February.
That's a Thursday, you
Yeah.
said?
Yeah.
How exciting. Okay, well, you need to write a post about it and then we can share it too, because I feel like Las Vegas and Henderson, there's a lot of dentists there.
There are. I've gotten some people who listen to the podcast and they're like, hey, I'm actually in North Las Vegas and I'm listening to you on the podcast. And
Oh,
yeah, so it is crazy how small, I
how
guess, the
big, how
country.
small.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how dentistry is. Like there's so many dentists, but I swear everyone knows everyone somehow.
Yeah.
Well, congrats. That's exciting. So now we'll just get into some of the questions. And a lot of the ones I had were more focused towards, let's say, like new grads coming out of school. Um,
Okay.
and actually, I didn't even give you a heads up on this one, but I was going to ask you about it. Did you do a residency?
I did not.
Do you mind just talking about kind of like, did you weigh the option to do it or not do it? Or was there like a reason why you went one way or the other?
So all throughout, I mean, probably my first 3 years and still until I started actually seeing patients in dental school, I was always considering doing like specializing in something. I didn't know
Okay.
if I wanted to do ortho or if I wanted to do peds and I ended up just falling in love with general dentistry because you can do whatever the heck you want and you're not
Hmm.
limited and you don't have to have the most annoying patients in cases that general dentists don't want to work with. And then, so once I committed to that, I had it in my head that I was like so over school. I was just ready to get out there and I felt pretty confident and prepared. UNLV is really, really, I mean, they definitely don't have everything together, like politically, like every dental school. And I think some of like the academics are a little archaic and old school, but their clinical was on point. Like we didn't have an OS residency there. So we did all the surgeries. We got to, assist at least with implant placements. We got to do some pretty advanced stuff. And then at least while I was there, there was a new program started by a prosthodontist called Advanced Pros. And so I did like a full mouth case when I was in school.
Dang.
And they treated it kind of like a mini residency my last year where we had to like write papers and present it to the other like 9 people in my class that were doing it. So
Mhm.
I felt pretty ready to go out
Okay.
and of course, like work as an associate. I wasn't gung ho about coming out and just starting on my own. But I came out and I worked for PDS for about 4 years,
Okay.
which was good for me because I didn't have any kids yet. I didn't mind working weekends or having late hours and kind of just working my butt off. And I worked under 3 different PDS offices because I had a mentor, my advanced pros mentor in school, who told me, like, after about 3 to 6 months working somewhere, you have a good idea of if you can still learn from them. So I
Mm,
kind of just use PDS as like trying to get different mentors to work under, learn different procedures, get faster, learn how to utilize your assistants. And I think that worked fine for me.
I love it. That kind of rolls into so you did PDS and then you worked in a private practice as an associate for a while as well.
Mhm.
Um, and then going into opening your own practice, did you have like any of that kind of like imposter stuff? You said you had the mentor from school who was kind of helping you. guide you into like what
Mhm.
practices to work in and stuff. But like, did you feel, I mean, we all kind of get imposter syndrome sometimes,
Yeah,
right?
I feel
So,
like if you don't, you're a narcissist. Like everyone has to feel like an imposter at some point in their life. Either
yeah.
they're not trying new things if they're not
Hmm.
feeling that, or they're a narcissist because you start off at things and you suck. Like you do
Yeah.
feel like an imposter. And at the end of the day, I think what was comforting to me is that nobody really knows what they're doing. And would you judge your best friend for trying some? I always try and frame the way I think of like what I would tell my best friend so that I'm never hard on myself, right? I think
Okay.
of like what she would say to me in that instance and what I would say to her because we're always so much harder on ourselves and our
Yeah.
failures and the things that we don't do good at. And I just, I try to have the mind space of, okay, like I'm trying something new. Of course, I get anxiety about it or it keeps me up at night. And as a new doctor, I think for all of us, you're thinking about your crown prep margins. You're thinking about doing, the first post because you never did a post on a tooth in school. You're, thinking like, should I Google this or that patient had high blood pressure? Should I send to them for a med clearance? Like you're overthinking everything. But then
Hmm.
eventually you do it thousands of times that you learn to trust yourself. So, at
Yeah.
least for me, I got to a point in my clinical practice, maybe after like 3 years, 3 or 4 years, where even if I was doing a procedure that I hadn't done for a long time, or like I learned implants and that was nerve wracking, but I didn't lose sleep over it anymore because you're
Yeah.
used to like being put in that situation and you trust your hand skills and you trust like the rest of your clinical
Yeah.
knowledge, right? Now, deciding to open a business, that was like bonkers, completely different for me because I had never done anything like this. None of this is in school. And so it was kind of just like, it felt like that all over again. But it's just like becoming a parent. It's no different. Someone could sit you down, right? When we were pregnant, I'm sure this
So
happened
true.
to you. Someone could sit us down as pre-parents and be like, "You're going to be so exhausted. You're not going to even like want to like look at your partner because you're going to have so much resent that you're doing it all but you can't really fathom what it's going to be
Yeah.
like until when you gave birth to that little baby and you're staying up all night feeding them and you're responsible for keeping them alive, but
Hmm.
you roll with the punches, you figure it out. It's just like that. Like all human, we do it all the time, but we figure it out. Like that's life.
You have to, right? I think you just have such a good mindset though, because it's so scary, Tony. It's so scary doing all these things. Like when you're in a practice working as associate with someone too, or in a PDS, like there's other doctors around that can possibly
Yeah.
bail you out if you have a
Yeah.
loop tip stuck and you can't get that out or whatever. And now you're on your own. And I mean, you guys just have to lean on
I
doctors.
definitely had that. And I can say for anyone else who feels like this, I feel like my entire life, like high school, college, I always had someone to lean on. I was
Mhm.
never like 100% independent with just like me thinking of school projects or something hard. I always had someone smarter than me, like that I was always working with or following what to
Mm.
do. I was never like, I don't know, leading the charge. Right. And so that's how when I graduated dental school and when I was working corporate, that's how I felt. I felt, oh, if the owner doctor isn't here during this surgical extraction, like what if something goes wrong or I have to refer out to OS?
Yeah.
And I did. I had one other doctor tell me at an event or a CE or something one time. She told me specifically about extractions. She was like, you just do it until you're done. Like you don't go get help. And I think she has experience like working in a rural town, but she's like,
Okay.
you're never going to get good at it unless you sit there with the mentality of like, someone cannot bail me out. I have to try everything I can to get this tooth out. And it's true. The first time I ever started feeling actually confident with surgery is when I was heading an office by myself. And it's almost like having someone there to count on is a crutch.
Yeah.
you start like thinking in the back of your mind, like, should I go grab them? So instead of going and grabbing another instrument, you go and grab help. Whereas if
Yeah.
you don't have help available, you surprise yourself, you figure it out.
Mhm.
And so I think I don't know where that feeling went away for me. I think it was becoming a parent because, like, if any of the listeners, if you guys are parents, like, you're problem solving every day and figuring out, like, oh crap, my kid has something stuck in his nose. Like, what do I do? Or
Mhm.
I think just becoming like a caregiver to another person makes you not rely on others as much.
Yeah, and I see that a lot, I think, too, and I think that's probably one of my favorite things actually of startup docs, like you guys that have done it. You guys are scrappy. You owner docs are scrappy. I think because of that mentality, like if you don't have a fancy instrument to do this particular thing because
Mm,
it's super expensive, you make it
mm,
work with what you've got because that's all you've got in the office or
yeah.
whatever. And you guys are
Yeah.
you're scrappy like that, and I love it. You're tenacious.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
But I think it makes you a better clinician, a better
Mhm.
problem solver, just having that outlook of like, I can't lean on anyone else but me for this business. So I have to figure it out.
Yeah.
So I don't even waste time like thinking of, I don't know, like who I can call and pay to fix something. I reach out to my community or I
Yeah.
ask a friend who owns a business. Most of the time, people within this community have been through something very similar.
We're all
All
in
of
the
our
same boat.
lives are intersecting, right? At some point.
Yes.
Hey friends, I just want to give some love to Net32 for supporting this episode. If you're a practice owner like me, you know the back end of running a dental office isn't always sexy, but it is necessary. Net32 is an online marketplace where you can compare brands, vendors, and prices all in one place. That means you're not overpaying or wasting time. And when you're building a startup or juggling multiple practices, every dollar and every minute matters. I've used Net32 and it's honestly made a huge difference. Check them out at net32.com/the making of. And now let's get back to the show.
So you've done a lot of procedures. For Bloom, what have you kind of decided that you're going to keep in house versus because you could spend, you'll do it if you have to, right? You'll spend 2 hours trying to get that root tip out. But at
Mhm.
some point, especially when you're taking certain
Mhm.
insurances, you're losing money doing
Yes.
that. So how
Yeah.
do you kind of have you thought about trying to like find that sweet spot for referring and
Yeah.
yourself or
Yeah. So basically, I think it's just about knowing what procedures you like. Like, if you really just dread a procedure on your schedule
Mhm.
and you just hate going in and doing that procedure, don't do it. Like, at the end of the day, it's not really worth it, especially if insurance is
Mhm.
discounting that work. So I don't do any endo. Like, I have
Okay.
stuff for like open and med to get someone out of pain, but endo is so boring to me. Like, I'm always paranoid I'm going to push something. I just want that to be someone else's problem. And I want my patients to have the best experience possible.
Mhm.
And I know that's not with me. So I think that's first and foremost like a personal question of just what
Yeah.
do you enjoy doing? Now, surgery I'm fine with, but I
Oh.
don't want to go digging after wisdom teeth. Like, I am not a trained oral surgeon, so I'll refer that out. So my patients are comfortable. They have the option for sedation.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm not sweating, getting paid so little to take out like something that's partial bony. But then, yeah, like to your point, I started learning this at my last private office I was working at. I don't know how moral it is to like pick and choose based off people's insurances if you want to do those procedures, right? But
Yeah.
we all do it because at the end of the day, the procedure for you to commit to it has to be worth your time and your hourly
Mhm.
rate. So especially as an owner, if you're paying to keep the lights on, you paid for that chair that the patient's sitting in, you're paying all of your staff to be
Mhm.
there. If you're going to be tied up for 2, 3 hours doing a procedure, it better be producing more than what you're paying for those 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So just kind of looking at the books and we're definitely right now we're kind of just taking everything we can. But that's kind of on our goal list to work smarter, not harder. so we can just refer the things out that are holding us back.
This is to that the point you just made. Do you know like what you need to be making every hour? Did you have to do those calculations?
Not every hour. I bases all its metrics off a weekly production, which is
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
And it's a hard mindset for me to change from like a daily production to a weekly production. But we do have a daily goal
Yeah.
and a weekly goal that we're
I
trying to
just
hit.
know when we had some associates that were doing like endo and things, and I kind of
Hmm.
knew like, okay, every hour for your daily goal, I guess, per se, like every hour has to be this much
Hmm.
in the doctor's column. And so if your endo was taking
I
3 hours
think
and
there's
you
like,
weren't getting more than $600 for that molar root canal, and like, we're not doing endo,
right.
guys. Like, you're
Yeah.
losing money on
I
that.
think there's a course that teaches that. I don't remember what it's called.
I think we
Mm.
just kind of broke it down into like what our daily goal was supposed to be and then how many
And then
clinical hours
divided
we
it.
are open. Yeah, and divided it.
Hmm.
It's just kind of like a base because then you have like what your rocks and the smaller procedures. Are you guys
Hmm.
doing more than one column now?
Yeah, so I'm not overlapping patients other
Okay.
than like 30-minute overlaps, but we're still on 2 rooms. We're still waiting for our other steri
Oh,
straw. Um,
okay.
and now I'm like just kicking myself about not buying just the tablets so long
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, so we're still waiting. It was supposed to be here at the beginning of this week.
So
Oh
how
my
much longer are
gosh,
you going
I
to
got my
wait?
in-office spore test.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
This has been such a roller coaster with this dry heat, but I've
How
ordered
long
it
have you
three
been open now?
times. Yeah, I've been open, what, almost 4 months, and I've
Mhm.
ordered this thing 3 times, and it keeps getting canceled or back ordered. And the last I saw, the manufacturer like canceled it and said they're not shipping it, and then it just shows up this week. So I sent it to the board because they're wanting to see like all my
Oh,
this month's
yeah.
spore tests, and they were like, "Okay, great, we passed you now. Like you'll get your official paperwork." I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" So I don't know
All
if I
that
paid for
headache.
it because I'm pretty sure it got canceled, but it still got to me.
Don't ask questions, Tony.
Don't come after me if you're
It
listening to
sh-
this.
yeah, it
Just let
showed
me
up.
have it.
Don't call them and ask if you paid for it or not. You'll find that out later. That's amazing. But your
Mhm.
steri straw, you're going to wait for it for this third room?
Yes. I mean, it was supposed to be here like yesterday because I
Okay.
called and bugged them and I was like, I've been really patient. It's been 12 weeks. And they were kind of like, oh, what? And I'm like,
Oh
oh
my
my
God.
gosh,
Yeah.
I should have been more of a nag.
No, that's good. But then as soon as you have that, then you'll have your 3 rooms to work out of.
Yes.
And you're getting your extern soon too.
Yes. Next month.
Okay. That's exciting. Speaking of like team members and stuff too, then we can kind of go into this.
Hmm.
So we're talking about your practice and getting started and feeling like an imposter. Obviously, you can't do an office by yourself. You had it really lucky, I think. I don't know if lucky is the right
Hmm.
way to put it, but you already kind of had your team members that you wanted because you knew Joseph from your previous location. Same with Ari, right? Even though she wasn't there when you left anymore. Now, and I know every state's a little bit different, but how did you kind of decide like what you would pay your staff or like how that's going to work? I mean, Joseph, you already knew he was probably making a certain amount, so you kind of had to go
Right.
with that. But for like a front office or any of
I
those,
I kind of just started looking on Indeed for like pay range,
mm-hmm.
just to get an idea for job postings, what they were offering entry level. And then when you're right. For Joseph, I knew what he was making. He told me.
Yeah.
And so I gave him a little bit more just to show him I value him and I know that he's going to help it grow faster, you know? And then as far as my front desk, I just, like I said, I kind of had an idea in my head and I just asked. I didn't offer an amount, just when I interviewed, I just asked how much they wanted. And then I took that into account and I started at a pre training rate. So I offered a certain hourly rate before taking Ari with me to the seminar to learn about like the
Okay.
practice management piece. So I offered her a before training rate and then an after training rate.
Okay. Got you. Did
Yeah.
you interview several people then for that position?
I did not.
Okay. Okay.
It's so funny because I had no idea because Ari, she had left dentistry altogether. We were the
Yeah.
only office she ever worked with. She had a little bit of a bad experience and she left. She, like, from what I knew from the last time I talked to her, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, she left and went to like a party planning company here in Vegas with her brother. And then we kind of just like saw each other a little bit on Instagram. And I don't know, I worked myself up so much the whole summer before we opened because I had it in my mind. I don't know if I told you this story, but I really wanted to hire my favorite server at our breakfast
Oh,
place
you didn't tell me the story, but I love that.
because she's amazing and she has
Yeah.
like the best customer service I've ever seen. And over months, I was like, how do I do this? I don't want to be like embarrassed or shut down. And finally, I just asked her, I was like, hey, Lucy, like she knew I was building this, but
Yeah.
I don't know her other than like when we go and get breakfast. And so I was like, I would really love someone with like your type of hospitality and how you treat people to help me build my business. We can learn it together. I can help teach you everything dental. And she just was straight up, you're so sweet, but I'm really happy here. So,
Oh.
so then I was like, crap, after I worked myself up over months. And it was actually that same day that she turned me down that one of my old coworkers was like, hey, Ari was asking about you. Like, she knows you're opening soon. And I remember telling her, like, when she left, like, if you ever want to work with me one day, if
Mhm.
I open, because I loved her. And we went to coffee the next day.
Okay.
And I know I did tell her because I was like, I can't let her know that I don't have any other option. So I remember telling her, like, I'm going to interview a few other people. She's probably on the other side of the wall right now, like, what? And no, I just was like, I love her. I want to hire her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you asked
Um,
though your server because that's like a huge people are always like, where do you find these great customer service? And I think restaurants are one of the best places.
but you know what? I think it worked out perfect because we would have been so screwed. Yes, maybe hire like a person off customer service when you have something set
There
up
you
and
go.
in
Yeah.
place, but not when you don't know anything about your practice management software or collecting payment or like don't go and hire a server because I would have been SOL.
You're
Like
trying to teach teeth and service numbers on top of how to do insurance claims.
yeah, like Ari is teaching me stuff.
Hmm.
So it all worked out. But I will say I was very lucky, like not having to
Yeah.
do a formal interview or like go through that process because I got to open knowing I trusted my team.
Hmm.
But I will say something that I've noticed from just doing all the social media is I've had so many people apply. Like people just say it
Oh.
looks so fun to work there or um so any way that I can do it organically and not have to post something on like
Hmm.
Craigslist or Indeed, I'm a huge proponent for. So,
What kind of people are reaching out to you? Like dental or like just
yeah,
anything?
yeah,
Okay.
assistants, hygienists, front desk.
What are you telling
Yeah.
them now?
I just ask if I can have their resume and if I can save it for when we're ready to
Hmm.
grow.
I love
Yeah.
that. Ooh,
But
I love
speaking
that.
about hiring, I did have a mental breakdown this last week. I think it was right when I had the whole like, oh crap, I have to plan a grand opening. That same weekend, I was also, I think like last Thursday or Friday, I happened to look forward in our schedule 6 months because I think I said this last time, we're like having people book all of our online appointments we're offering
Mhm. Mhm.
so quickly that they run out. And so I'm still kind of having like every 2 weeks having a meeting with my coach. And she was giving me advice and it kind of panicked me because she brought up the point like in 6 months, you're going to have a whole new problem because you're going to have
Mhm.
recalls starting to come. And like you have a capacity issue, you need to start growing your team.
Yeah.
And so I looked ahead to 6 months and I was like, oh my gosh, there's just like a column of 8 recare appointments and then room for,
Mhm.
me. I'm like, I need to hire a hygienist. I need
Yeah.
to figure out how to make a hygiene schedule because I don't know that.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, it just threw me into a complete panic. And it's so hard because like, what do you do first? Have to, you don't have money when you open, but if you're growing quickly, you have to invest in a hygienist. It's extremely expensive.
Uh-huh.
So the idea of like, okay, how do we make this person productive so that he or she isn't just doing like a $24 pro fee or,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that kind of all hit me at the same time as the grand opening is 1 month away. And I didn't sleep, I think, for like 2 days.
Oh, so you do stress about things. You're human,
Yeah.
Toni.
Yeah. Of course I do.
But you have
Um,
someone in mind to hire as a hygienist, don't you? I feel like I remember you telling me that there was someone.
I do, but I don't know. She kind of
Okay.
like things kind of changed a little bit. I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
It might just be a feeling I have. Honestly, I have a really good friend that I worked with at PDS that I would love for her to come on with me 4 days a week or 2 days a week at first.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like loving stay-at-home mom life. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of like, you want to get away from those boys? Come work a little bit.
Couple days a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Um,
I mean, that's what they say, right? Once you're a couple weeks booked out with recare, in just a couple of weeks is when you start to look at hiring a hygienist.
yeah.
Yeah. You're getting close.
Yeah. It's like I feel guilty for complaining about growing, but it's just stressful because I don't know how
Yeah.
to manage it.
Yeah. It's a new set of problems, right? It'll
Yeah.
solve some problems and create more for you somewhere. Do you have like so you guys are all kind of learning this together, and I know you've had coaching, but how are you creating like your SOPs and like binders so that when you do bring on new team members,
Hmm.
they know how to represent Bloom and do things the way that you've learned how to or how you want them done? Do you have like that
So
started?
Ari has been doing the brunt of it because
Mhm.
she's organizing everything on our Google Drive so
Okay.
that like different policies that we have or different documents or statements that we send to the patient are all saved in one place.
Mhm.
But then she also got set up. Remember that like our BFF office out near
Mhm.
Phoenix? Their patient coordinator is super organized, and we really like
Okay.
how she's kind of also been coaching Ari a little bit and using a program called Notion. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, Notion AI.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
do you
so
guys like
she
it?
she I haven't played with it, but Ari loves it.
Okay.
She helped her set up. And so basically it has like daily task list, weekly task list, monthly, and it has different protocols. Like Ari's kind of saving everything on
Mhm.
that web page. And so her idea is obviously when we have someone new come in, they have a checklist to go through. I also have checklists just of like daily tasks,
Mhm.
but I don't know. You know what I thought of is okay, I'm going to have an extern soon. The goal is to hire her and
Mhm.
cross train her, but that means I have to buy another computer. I have to buy another phone,
Oh,
right? Like
yeah.
she can't be helpful unless she has a station. So
Because
just
you only
more
have
examples of you have to spend money to
Mhm.
grow.
Yeah, you only have one computer and phone up front right now?
Yes, one up front and one in my
Okay.
office.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, good problems, Toni. I don't
Yeah, it
know.
is. It is. I reached out to two doctors that I have met just kind of over the past couple years because I knew their offices grew pretty fast.
Yeah.
And so I got some advice on them on like how to set up my hygiene schedule just to make it like efficient so that my SRP block, if I have time blocked off for them, it's also the same time I have a new patient block so
Mhm.
that if anything, they could do that new patient cleaning,
Yeah.
just helping me organize my thoughts.
Mhm.
So there are smart ways to do it. So if you panic, just make friends with someone who did it before or call us.
Yeah. There's no right or wrong. It's just this works or it doesn't work very well for you or someone else.
Yeah.
You can only control what you can control. And I still feel like I've been in dentistry for so long, and I've been actually now we're going on 7 years, and yeah, every day I feel like we're trying to make something work. Like it's ever evolving. Is that kind of where I'm trying to go?
Mhm.
I think. What would you have done differently, you think, as far as like just little things now that you've been open for a couple months though, and you are kind of hitting some of these hiccups? Were there things that you think you would have done differently just from the jump? Any little
Hmm.
things like
I mean, as
programs
far
that you're
as
loving or hating or just things that aren't working out, I guess? I don't know.
I would say I would recommend because it's not the worst thing ever. I don't want to like down talk any of the brands I went with or
Right.
anything, but I wish I was more privy to when I'm ready to grow, what I would be using to see what integrates with like my CBCT well,
Okay.
my imaging software. I didn't really know anything about imaging. So my advice is to, it's compatible with everything, but that doesn't mean it's simple to use with everything.
Okay.
And so now, because I'm starting to look at like, okay, if I'm at this capacity issue, and I can't afford to maybe bring other people on, then maybe I can offer more higher production procedures because I
Mhm.
didn't choose to invest in like an implant kit and motor and things
Okay.
like that. So now that I'm looking into implants and doing surgical guides and things like that, I kind of wish I maybe went with a different CBCT or
Okay.
something that integrates because I'm a CEREC doctor. It maybe
I
it would
see.
have made things more simple for everything to kind of communicate to one another. I feel that when you're making your purchases, yes, like budget and price takes into account for sure, but try to also think of like where you want your practice in 5 years and what pieces
Yeah.
of technology you're interested in, because that will help kind of guide if it's worth to invest a little bit more in something.
Yeah, I think talking to Hero recently, one of her like big things, and you had the CEREC, you were able to get that beforehand, but she's like, scanners like a must have. And she's like, I didn't have a
Yeah.
CBCT initially, but like scanner, and she knew she was going to
Yeah.
grow into that. So did you, because you saved money on your CBCT? Is that what you're saying initially in the
I
beginning?
did.
But it's
And I
not,
mean, it's good imaging.
yeah.
But it's definitely not making money for me yet. So that's why
Okay.
right now I really want to invest in like an airway and sleep course so I can
Okay.
learn just how to use it to help increase production. So I guess that's a good question for the community. For those of you who utilize your CBCT, because I see every new patient, we do FMX and Pano.
Uh-huh.
And then and then I start asking about like sleep apnea or issues with airway at night. And then I say, okay, like next time we bring you back, we'll get a CT so I can evaluate your airway. But I don't know if that's the best way to do it. Like, are people just doing CBCT with every new patient? Then do doctors charge for that? Because I remember listening to you guys with Hero and like saying, I don't want to charge for anything. I,
Mhm.
I haven't charged anyone when I've looked at their airway.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't do endo. So really, I bought the CBCT in mind for me doing implants and me doing sleep.
Okay.
So now it's just I'm trying to find a budget to take CE.
Yeah.
And I do have a really cool opportunity because I have been talking with this doctor I'm friends with on Instagram, and she hosts a sleep and airway retreat. And we've talked about it, and she's willing to make me an ambassador for it. Like if I
Oh,
help
fun.
kind of advertise for it. It's also a wellness retreat, so it's a little bit like the making of, which I love,
Love it.
but it's like a yoga and breath work retreat, but you get 12 credits of CE and it's like an introduction to airway. So I'm trying to see just because I told her I was like, girl, I don't have any budget for CE right now. Like I would love to go and be your ambassador, but it's just a commitment because I have to have a certain amount of people like sign up for it to pay towards my portion of it.
Well, share
So
with
yeah.
us. What is it? And maybe other
Um,
people want to take it too. So maybe this is your chance.
yeah, okay, so it's called the Breathe Retreat. It's somewhere really pretty in New York. I don't know. I don't know anything about the East Coast, but it's
Ashley
kind
loves
of
New
like,
York.
that's true. But I don't know if she'll love that it's kind of like glamping. It looks kind of
Oh,
like it's a lot of outdoor and, like I said, breath work, and you're doing yoga, but it's so cute. Let me find the website because then if anyone is interested in signing up, like even if I don't get if they make me an ambassador, I'll get like $500 off for people. But it's called the Breeze Retreat. Look it up. You have 4 days with these other like-minded doctors, and they talk and teach you just intro into sleep medicine and airway health. and how to utilize that in your office.
That's awesome.
So yeah, if anyone is interested, you can message me on Instagram and let me know, and I can give you more information on it. And then I was just trying to get a feel of how many people would want to go to see if I could even afford going.
Yeah. I feel like people are always asking about sleep and airway, and it's kind of one of those things, especially the last several years. I feel like when I talk to docs more, it's something everyone wants to get into, but I just don't know
Yeah.
if people
It's kind of
have
hard.
quite. Yeah.
Or they're not like introductory courses, you know?
Mhm. I took one with Ash actually years and years ago, but there's a lot that you have to do just to get it started, and it's almost overwhelming how
Mhm.
much work goes into it.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a hands-on one that we did. It was like over Zoom for several days during COVID. But
Oh.
yeah, definitely send me the details on that too. Because I think that would be cool, and we can help you out too then. So you
Yeah.
can go.
I know, definitely. If anyone wants to support a broke business owner and hang out with me out in the wood.
Yeah, I don't know that Ashley will sign up for that though. Sorry. You might be on your own for that one.
I know. As soon as you said that, I was like, it's outdoorsy, but it looks like comfortable. It's not like we're making campfires. There are
She likes,
s'mores.
oh, we do love s'mores. Yeah. Toni, I love talking to you every single time.
Mm.
I feel like I learned so much from you, and I'm not even a dentist doing a startup. Just life
Mm.
lessons. Okay, so I will ask the community though, definitely the sleep, airway, CBCTs, things like that. Because yeah, your CBCT is not a cheap investment. So if we can
Right.
get money from that, that would be great. What is one thing that you're loving right now?
Mm. I feel I isn't fair. I say this a lot, but I just think community.
Yeah.
I imagine trying to do this in a world where there wasn't social media. Like, how would anyone meet people going through the same things? That moment where I just had like a oh crap moment. How am I going to grow with this? Like, how do I bring on hygiene? How do I do it? I was so panicked, reached out to two doctors. One of them I've only ever met on Instagram. And like she called me that day. She called me. We
Oh,
talked for like
yeah.
30 minutes about what she's doing and like instant just calming and like took my anxiety away. And if someone's listening to this, they're like trying to figure out if they want to do a startup or acquisition, or they're either in it or trying to get tips. But this is a community. And I feel like the sooner someone realizes that they can reach out to any of these people, like you guys
Yeah.
can reach out to us. I have literally, like, how I met my BFF in Phoenix is because I liked her interior sign in her office. And I messaged her and I was like, girl, who did your sign? I love it. I want to do something just like it. And then we just started talking back and forth, and we were so
Yeah.
similar, doing the same thing with like babies at home, and just it would surprise you sometimes just reaching out and talking to people.
Speaking of
Yeah.
interior sign, did you get yours?
Yeah. So the other day was a
Okay.
good day because that random spore test got delivered the same
Okay.
day. I've had a camera out, like my most important camera, like where my cash box is, and the front door has never worked since they came and installed everything. So that same day they finally came and fixed my camera, because it's ridiculous. I called my IT company and they were like, "Yeah, we'll ship you the new camera replacement." And then I got it and I was like, "Okay, I have a camera." They're like, "Yeah, just take the other one down and put that one in." I'm like, my ceilings are 13 feet tall. How?
You're
So
tall, but not that tall.
this man came this week and had this giant ladder. And I'm like telling him, I'm like, my IT people wanted me to do this. I would die. I would fall off that thing. So that got fixed. And then, oh, the other miracle that happened
Oh
that day
gosh.
is I've been in like a tiffy with my sign company because I
Yeah.
reached out to the people who did my outside sign, because that's what my friend in Phoenix said. She was like, "Oh, I just used the same company that did my external sign." So I've been trying since September with my sign company to give like a rendering and a price and everything for my interior signs. And I really wanted to give them my business because I like them. They're like a husband and wife, and like the mom works there. I like their business, but they just kept kind of ghosting me and giving me different answers. And I think this is like a trait of mine that I'm just polite. I give people time. And I finally followed up and I kind of just got a reference to go to another business. And so
Oh.
I started getting quotes from other businesses last week. But then that day, when I was going over to talk about parking for my grand opening, they're in those
Mhm.
warehouses. So I
Oh.
went with like goodie bags and did a little business to business. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go in there. And it was the daughter working. And she saw me and she's like, I'm so sorry. Like, we're in this huge transition. And my mom was actually, she's retired now and she's the one I was working with. And
Yeah.
she's like, everything, we're like under new management and everything. And she was like, let's do your signs. And I was like, okay, I just got a quote for this. And she's like, girl, I can beat that. So they're coming on the 12th to install my signs finally. Cause
Oh.
I told her, I was like, I really want it to look more complete before my grand opening. And
Yeah.
she's like, we can do it. And so, yeah, and they're doing it for like $1,000 cheaper than the other company.
Even better.
Yeah.
And you loved them. Didn't they do your first sign really fast from what I remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it was just like a miscommunication
Mhm.
because the mother came in, the one that just retired, she like came in, took the measurements. I talked to her about
Okay.
what I wanted it to look like. And I think I just sold it like I had to have it metal because I said I wanted to
Okay.
look like matte black iron. But like I don't care what material it is. That's just the look I want. And so I guess she was trying to get samples because they don't do metal.
Oh.
And
Okay.
and so when I went in there, the daughter was like, "Oh, you don't want it to be metal?" I'm like, I don't care because they call it Durametal is like a vinyl with something in between it, like a thick vinyl.
Okay.
I was like, "If do you have it in matte black?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, that's all I want. That's fine."
And you're gonna get it in a couple weeks now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
perfect. Then you'll be
you
complete
know, yeah. I mean, there's a lot I still want to do, but
for
um
now. At least for
for
the
now.
grand opening, you'll be set for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Cool. Well, we will catch up with you next time. Thank you for all the updates on things and just helping out the newbies out there. Yeah, again, I just love talking to you.
Same. Well, it goes both ways.
I
I'm always
love,
like, "Oh, it's already been an hour."
that's where I was looking and I was like, oh, like I don't even know where the time went. I feel like I have other things to ask you still, but we'll have to just save it for another time then.
Sounds good to me. It's a date.
We're getting
Oh,
you in the books too. Sorry, I just can't get off the call with you. You have your sign now, and I know you need Studio 88 to come out still too.
yes.
Now that your sign is done, so you can schedule
Yeah.
that soon. That'll be
Yeah.
exciting. Okay.
Yeah.
You
I
have all
know.
sorts of fun things still lined up.
I know. I was just thinking about that the other day. Like, I have not, because I'm supposed to book that photo shoot
Mm-hmm.
and I
Yeah,
haven't.
because they're gonna fly out to you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
That's
that's going to be
awesome.
so fun.
It'll be so fun. They're the best.
Yeah.
Um, okay, cool. Well, I will ask the group and then we will talk to you soon and follow up on everything else.
Sounds good. You have a good
Well,
rest of your day.
you too. Bye, Toni.
Bye bye.